So, welcome to GC Watchalong, and it's Manchester City versus Tottenham. So, as you see, I'm sitting myself today. Unfortunately, my partner won't be here for the next week or two, but he will be back. He definitely will be back. So, I'm doing this myself today. So, subscribe, like, share if you're watching a repeat. So, today it's Tottenham. And I think that because Kane's came back, I think Tottenham have a chance here. I still see Man City winning this, to be honest, but they've definitely got a chance now that Kane's back. Kane-Son partnership could be interesting. I'm not convinced that Gabriel Jesus is the best striker that Man City have. Obviously, Aguero's out injured, so we'll see what happens. There was a shock result, obviously, earlier in the day with Leicester Liverpool, so I would personally, I think if Tottenham win this, that is a shock result. So we'll see what happens. And here's the two teams coming out. Just make sure I've got sound on. Sounds on, just make sure, because it's a new setup, so got to make sure it's on properly, obviously, so that's fine. Make sure one more thing, I'm good to go. These are the things with these new setups. Once you do a new setup, is it working? Is it streaming properly? So we see the team here. So we see that Man City have went with Foden, so it's good to see him getting a good run of games. So it's Ederson, Cancelo, Stones, Laporte, Zinchenko, Silva, Rodri, Gundogan, Gabriel Jesus, Foden, and somebody else. That's fine. And Tottenham is Hugo, Lloris, Tangana, Sanchez, Dyer, Davis. I'll come back to Dyer in a second. Indebele, Højbjerg, Dembele, sorry, Højbjerg, Lamela, Lucas Moura, Son, and of course Kane up front. So hopefully Tottenham will be hoping that Dyer has a better game today. So the last game he played, he wasn't too good. So let's see what happens. Strange going from two people to one person, but we'll see what happens. It's almost kick off here. Here we go. As you can hear, this chair's a little squeaky. You need to get some WD-40 onto it, I think. Need to obviously or invest in the chair, depending. And here's Pep finally coming out of the tunnel, holding this game up. Obviously, Pep and Jose had a lot of battles when they were Real Madrid and Barcelona managers. So it's always good to see them in the Premier League. Come on, get the game started, boysies. And it's Tottenham playing left to right. There we are, just a late tactical change here from Man City. I think that was Gabriel Jesus going from right to left there. As we see above, and there we go, taking the knee. There we go, game kicks off. It's quite a nice strip. It's quite a nice strip that Tottenham playing. But here we go, Dyer up the park. I think this will be a 2-1 victory to Man City. But I'm hoping Tottenham can do it. Here we go. Straight away, Man City's on the attack. Picked up at the halfway line. There we go. They're going to pass it all back to the goalkeeper, pretty much. Kane seems to be staying forward quite a lot, so obviously he's up there waiting to pounce. Tottenham tried to go on the attack there, but Kane couldn't quite read the play. It'll be interesting to see if Kane can come back in today and do the job, or how long he's going to last in the park. Obviously, with Tottenham's recent results, Kane had to start. Kane had to come in, even if it's only for 60 minutes. Here we go, Gabriel Jesus. Foden. Pass it. There you go. Pass right. Gabriel Jesus. Pass back. Get in the box. Cross. Is that offside? No, it's not. Yeah, it's corner. Corner. I don't know how that was not offside, to be honest. Or is it going to come back? Is it offside? Let's see who played him on. It's got to be offside. His arm's offside. Definitely wasn't Dyer that played him on. Definitely offside. But they've got the corner. Didn't go to VAR, didn't check it. Here's Foden, first corner, 2 minutes in to Man City. And Rodrigo got to it, and he knew that he had that opportunity. Beat his man, but couldn't keep the ball down. Was Kane trying to play his wee flick to Son. Obviously they've got a fantastic partnership, so Kane will be hoping to get that reset back up. Take him maybe 10 minutes, 15 minutes to feel themselves back out again, and then should be back on to where they were a few games ago before Kane was off injured. Making a run, almost he was making a run there, just Tottenham read it and was intercepted. Sterling went for the cross. Thought he should have played that along the ground, to be fair, and played it to somebody a lot closer. But thought he'd try and catch out the Tottenham back four, and they've played against, they've played it to each other, and they've played themselves into some trouble. But they've managed to get out yet. Here's Tottenham on the break. Great pass! Pass to Son. Come on, that should have been a better pass to Son. It should have been earlier as well. I'm pretty sure that was Eric Lamela. Here's Man City on the counter. Gundogan. Right pass. Brilliant. Foden, right pass here. Good, right. Okay, that's it. He's going back to Foden. 1-2. First time! He's took the touch. And fortunately for Tottenham, they were able to intercept it and stop Gabriel Jesus from getting there. Great defensive work. But again, we're seeing Foden coming into the game. Right, pass back. Yep, great work, Bernardo. 1-2, perfect. Right, across the wing to should have played that across the wing to Sterling, who was waiting himself. Kane's just staying up the park, not getting involved too much, not tracking back, which is what you'd expect from somebody just back from injury. Doesn't have much energy to really waste on tracking back. Right, brilliant ball there. Right, Foden in the box. That's it. Oh, unlucky. Well taken here by Cancelo. Stopped the counter. So it's pretty much been Man City all this game, to be fair. Gundogan charging down, Sterling. I know it's Gareth Southgate's been at some of these games. I don't know if he's at the Man City game. Looking at some, obviously, players for the England game. Sterling been one of them. Here's Kane charging. He's looking. He's beaten two, and he's been dispossessed. He did have his head up. He was looking. Nobody there. Unfortunate. But 6 minutes been action packed so far. Right. Right, Cancelo, Foden's there. Goes back to the centre. Porte, unlucky. Oh, he's got it again. He's beat his man. He done a back pass and it went to Tottenham player. He thought Gundogan was behind him. When it pays off, it's good. When it doesn't, that's what happens. But Man City straight away back, smothered the counter attack. They know that Tottenham will be a threat in attack, but they also know that attack will only be there as long as Kane's in the park. As soon as he was off the park, 65th minute, then that's it. Gabriel Jesus, well defended by Dyer. Lucas Moura. It's a free kick. Had to be a free kick. Gabriel Jesus, fellow countryman. Great interception there by Dyer, just watching the replay. Obviously he's got a point to prove after having that bad game. Tottenham on the attack, right? Play it, Son, on the left. Pass! He got to the 6-yard box and shot, but he had two guys in front of him, so fucking his Son wide open to his left. Probably should change his chair at half time, to be honest. It'll be less squeaky. Tried to play the cross ball. Tottenham almost got in there, intercepted, and they've managed to get it back. Tempted ball there to Foden, and it was fortunate by Tottenham. Was able to get it via his knee. Wasn't the most convincing, but any interceptions were foul. Right, there's Sterling wide open. He's asking for it. Come on. Gundogan, right, come on. Sterling, brilliant. Gundogan. Again, they're trying to play down this right, down to Foden. This time Foden wasn't there. It was more narrow, but here's Gabriel Jesus. Foden. Cancelo. Here's Cancelo, he's going to look for Foden. No, he's going on. And he's put the cross in. Well defended there by Tottenham. There we go. Here's Foden again. Meant to play to Cancelo, who's offside. Seems to be that they're having quite a lot of joy down this right hand side. Something that Tottenham are going to have to try and neutralise. Out to play, that's no, that was definitely out to play. Should have been a Tottenham Tottenham throw-in. Again, Foden's getting a lot of time in the ball. There's Sterling wide open, almost got to him. There's Tottenham on the counter, but again they're smothered by two Man City players straight away. Here's Man City back in attack. Brilliant. Done the triangle. Here's Sterling in the box. Pass! Brilliant! Unlucky there. This could easily be 2-0 by half time if it keeps going this way. Here's Lamela running for Tottenham. Right, come on. Son's wide open. Lucas Moura tried to... He did. It's a free kick to Tottenham. Kane down. So out of nothing, Laporte's given Tottenham a free kick on the edge of the box. There's not much in that, to be fair. If you're wearing shin pads, there's not much in that, but you go down, I suppose. And he'll take this. Kane standing over it. So is Lamela. And it's Kane. Oh, off the crossbar! Back to Lucas Moura, back in, and well smothered there. So I was saying, out of nothing, you've gave Tottenham a free kick. And if I hit the post, Ederson didn't even get to it. I thought he got a touch, but he didn't get a touch. I thought he touched it on the crossbar, but he didn't. But hit the post. That'll give Tottenham some hope. You know how Jose likes to play, sit back, take the opportunities when they come. But I would say that in this game you can't do that because Man City seems to be getting behind them quite often. There's a run by Gundogan. Well defended by Tottenham. Just be a second. Come on, Sterling. He's looking. Right, pass. You need to be quicker, mate. You need to be quicker. Almost lost possession there. I don't think I'm getting the cold. I hope not, anyway. Right, Gundogan, right, come on. There's Cancelo. Good idea, but the 1-2 wasn't on. But you can see that they're definitely looking at it and thinking that we've got a lot of space in behind, and they're catching Tottenham out. Fortunately, last ditch tacklings saved Tottenham, but not by much. And that one free kick obviously gives Tottenham a little bit of hope. Your Son. Oh, unlucky. Tried to release it to Kane there, but it didn't quite work out that way. The midfield seems to be holding its shape quite well, and the front, people in front of the midfield are moving into channels, moving into the holes. Here we go. Back to Foden. Back. It's not a free kick. I was looking at the referee there, but didn't give it. I thought it was. Here's Tottenham. Lucas Moura. Go. Pass. Lamela. Oh, come on, mate. You're taking far too long. You need to control it a lot better than that. Son, Kane, Son, run! Why did Son pass and then just stop running? I mean, you could have kept going. Okay, the replay there by Bernardo and Davis. That was definitely a free kick. Bernardo's played in his case, obviously it wasn't given. Great touch by Sterling. Gundogan, 1-2, brilliant. Sterling. Right. You've got players in the centre here, so you can pass to them and then run. Back to Sterling. This has to be a first time ball. It's going to shoot. And it's over the bar. Over the bar by Zinchenko. Sterling did play the ball first time to his right hand side, and Zinchenko put it over. Lamela's not having the best of games. He's doing okay, but his touches are a little bit off. He's Tottenham playing it out from the back. To be honest, they're more playing themselves into trouble than out of trouble. Here we are, Kane. Right, come on, Lamela. Make a run. Right. Touch. Come on, Son's asking for you to play it. You should have played it with a second touch, mate. Again, he's just being so indecisive. Son was there for that second touch for Lamela's second touch here. It would have been possible through. But Tottenham would have been in a better position than what they are now, which is defending. Tottenham got it back. Here's Lamela. I haven't been convinced with Lamela this half, to be honest. Instead of letting the ball flow through him, it seems to be gets to him and then he's a little bit indecisive, and it's definitely allowing Man City to come back. And if a partner was here, I would have asked him, and he would have agreed when he comes back. Bet he's watching this and he's thinking, I would have said that. chair is squeaky. Bloody chair is squeaky. I can see me changing it at half time, to be honest. Here we are, Gundogan. Is that they both had a coming together, or is that going to be a corner? Is he going to look for the penalty? I think he's thinking about it. All the Tottenham players are around the referee. Oh, that could be a penalty. It could be a penalty. Højbjerg. Ah, it's got to be a penalty. Right. I'll even change chairs, by the way, just in case it is noisy. Give me a second. Come back for the penalty. Back for the penalty. Whew. And Man City score. Hugo Lloris had no chance. Well put away there. He got his hand to it, but it was too much power. I think I had to run upstairs there, honestly. It's just so I can get a chair that's no squeaky. The things I do for the people in chat. Is that better, by the way? Is it less squeaky? Sounds a lot less squeaky now. He's not responded yet, but I think it's a lot better. Definitely think it's a lot more less squeaky. If you're wondering, I'm replying to the comments. It was hard work actually. I had to run up and down the stairs. Ran down, got the chair, and then ran up. And then as I was coming in, I accidentally turned off the light. And that's it. Here's Kane, right? Pass to Son! Son! Put it in! Oh, unlucky. But I can move a lot more now. I've got a lot more freedom. I didn't have to sit there and go, if I move, I'm going to make a noise. To be honest, it was annoying me as well. Never mind anybody watching it. But I don't have WD-40 anymore. See this lockdown, by the way. You just ended up getting so unfit. Here's Tottenham on the attack. Right, come on, right, pass. It's got to be a free kick. Got to be a free kick. Zinchenko. I tell you, it could be Watchalong, Ian. It could be your house. And it could be that the chair is way down the flat. And that's like 12 sets of stairs. 12 sets of stairs that I need to run down and back up. There's no chance I'll be doing that. No chance. Not a chance. Right, here's a Tottenham free kick. It's obviously miles out. Your Son plays into the box. Well defended there by Man City. Here's Man City on the counter attack. Gabriel Jesus. Oh, come on, that's got to be a yellow card. He went straight in there and took him. Lamela, you. This is the thing though. If he does get a yellow card, we're on the 25th minute. Does he play till the 50th minute, and then does he come off for Bale? That was a dangerous tackle. He's in there sliding, studs showing with his right leg that didn't touch Gabriel Jesus, but he took him with his left. Dangerous. Even was total. That's a tissues. Tell you, I think that run down and upstairs has definitely made my nose worse. I don't know if I can down with the cold or not, but it could be. Definitely could be. Here's Cancelo, right? It looks like Sterling's moved, because on the far left that's not Sterling. Here's Zinchenko. They've definitely had a tactical change. Sterling's on the right now. I thought, well, I was just going to say that they were playing down the right quite a lot with Foden. Here's Foden! Oh, we got to Hugo Lloris. I was thinking of who's on the left, and I thought, yeah, it's Foden. Just when it went to Sterling, and I thought, yeah, that's where he's playing on the right. I've got a red hooter, by the way. I'm turning into Rudolph the red-nosed reindeer. Honestly. Here, right. Pass! To Son! Pass! Right. Again, Kane had it and he got smothered by three players. It is. Honestly, it probably is red. Don't know what's wrong with it. Don't know what's wrong. I've got a sore eye as well. I've had that since I woke up. Just here. It's just been sore all day. So, but I'm committed. So I thought I'll still do the stream. George, I said, welcome to the stream, George. I said that I would that I fancied Man City. I fancied Man City to win 2-1. I said that Kane, I thought he'll only play 60-65 minutes, and then after that I think he'll go off. I think this is why Man City's just hounding them to try and see if they can get something, and they have. Here we go, right, great run there, right, back to Lamela, right, Lamela, take it a bit better. Now you should make your run. I know you're asking, but I mean, there's people wide open. Right, put it back. See, I don't like to go back to the defence. Man, there's players open. Buttons. Right, Eric Dyer. To be honest, Eric Dyer's had a good game this half. He's definitely been able to help Tottenham, because Man City's been all over them, and it's been a last ditch. Been really impressed with Dyer in this half. But it's only 29 minutes, so there's always room for a mistake. But hopefully not. As I say, I think Man City's going to win this, but I'd rather Tottenham win it. But I like Jose Mourinho, so there we are. I think Lamela is definitely going to come off 60th minute, because he's... Oh, come on, son! You slipped! I was unlucky. Come on. Please like, share, subscribe. Right, here's Gabriel Jesus. He was on the counter there. He took a heavy touch, but fortunately for Man City, he's going back to Gundogan. Right, who are we going to play for? Right, Sterling's a bit more central. Bernardo! Oh! Well, honestly, Tottenham, it's all been last ditch for Tottenham. They got in there, it still got to the goalkeeper, but it was the ball had lost its power because it was a last ditch tackle. Ian says 3-1. Could be 3-1 to Tottenham, mate. I don't think it's going to happen that way, but you never know. I think a lot of folks said that earlier in the Liverpool-Leicester game, and look how that ends up. Here's Gundogan. Foden. Zinchenko. Right, come on, like, there's nobody really in the box. There's nobody that I see that's going to try and make a run. They seem to try to play it in. And again, try to play it in. They did come into the box a bit, but when they've ran in, it's been easy for Dyer. So yeah, I'm going to get some stats up now, so if I don't reply to your message, that's why. But thanks everybody for watching, by the way. Right, come on. And again, I was going to say as well, George, I think Man City as well, because you've seen Liverpool score earlier, I think they know that if they can just push on, gives them a bit of a bigger gap between themselves and who will ever be second and third at the end of the weekend. Leicester, I think, are third just now, so obviously they want to push ahead of Leicester, and I think at the end of the weekend Liverpool could be out of the top 4. I think even West Ham can go above them, so it's definitely Pep's in Pep's best interest really to try and push on with a bit of opportunity. Right, here we go. Tackle there, not that much on Gabriel Jesus to be honest, but he's went down. And it's the 32nd minute. I think I'm about a minute behind, and then you've got YouTube as well. So try not to watch it too live because I'll be a good minute behind. And here's, for whatever reason, they're putting Rodrigo and Stones up this early. I can understand Rodrigo, but they're putting Stones up for the free kick, which is, I wouldn't say that's too wise to be honest, because Tottenham are quite good on the counter attack. I did just notice there that Kane's back as well. That might be the reason why. I thought Tottenham would have kept Kane a little bit higher up. Gundogan, he's putting a ball, but it's absolutely terrible, and it's got to Lloris, who's he threw it right to Lamela. Lamela tried to play it, and he's nobody on him really, and he's put the ball out. He's been the worst player this half. He is going to end up getting subbed off. I can understand that you're a player, you're not getting much game time, you're down the pecking order a little bit, and you've got a lot of pressure on you, but you need to do better, especially when there's nobody really on you. You know what I mean, you don't have time, because I've played people who have played in the Premier League, and they're on you. They're just on you. Obviously, I don't play the Premier League anymore. Obviously, I was playing fives and stuff, but they're just on you, and that's what it says. It goes, when you play at that level, you don't even get time to think. They're just on you. It's all about just, as you say, it's all about like muscle memory. It's all about training and drills. So you're doing it subconsciously before you think about it consciously. But in this situation, he's got time. He doesn't have that excuse. Come on, Lamela. I actually like Lamela. I want to see him do well, but you can only give a guy so much time. Great header there by Davis. Just feels like Man City are start turning the screw. They can see it. They can see that there's a second goal here by half time. That was my prediction. 2-0 by half time. Bernardo, he's just beating these players far too easy, to be fair. So was Foden and Sterling. And again, the Tottenham defence comes back to the rescue. Zinchenko, right, come on. Moira, you've got to come closer. Gundogan, just turned him in the box. Pass! Pat! He had Foden there to pass to and he just went, nah. Need to be right, go on, right. Pass, brilliant, right. There's Sterling, brilliant, great ball. Sterling's claiming for the handball, but it's never a handball. But again, he's seen Sterling, he's in the box, unmarked, diagonal pass. That's what you need to do. Just be, but I see it in the replay there that Sterling tried to put the ball across the box. But you've got to be that quick. You've got to spot your man and play it. There's no time for 2 seconds to think who to pass to. It's got to be instinctive. And Man City maybe 2-3 years ago had that in their team, but they're getting off of it today because Tottenham just attacking aren't that great. Defensively they've been very, very lucky, but doing the job, I suppose. Right, come on, right, your son, bro. He's passed at Kane, and Kane's taken all I can call it as a Lukaku touch, and he's lost possession to Man City. There's Gundogan's going to play. Pass to Foden. Right, Foden. That's a corner. See, what can you do? What can you do? See, if you're Tottenham, what do? You put your ball out to your best players. And Kane, it's not his fault. Kane's back from injury. It's not all he can do with the ball. Then you've got Son. It's not really doing too much. And Lamela, he's doing nothing. I really don't see how Tottenham can come back from this in this game. Good header by Kane, clearing the corner. But again, it just goes back to West Ham. Goes back to Man City. It's another wave from Man City. Even when Tottenham do defend it, they just seem to lose possession straight away like there. Lamela tried to play it out from defence, lost the ball to Gabriel Jesus. Got the ball back, he's now given a free kick. Come on. No wonder Jose's raging. Up the park, you've got Son there, you've got Kane. You've got players there that can take the ball, hold it for 2-3 seconds, and then let you run on and not give you time. But Lamela, he's not playing too well today. He's trying to play the ball, straight to run with the ball. Aye mate, you did do that. If you're not having a good game, just don't be doing that. Here we go, free kick. Oh come on! Lamela's just seen Gabriel Jesus and just done that to him. Totally intentional. Is he going to call back to the referee? I think he's already done a yellow card, by the way. That's just stupidity. Stupidity. He's on a yellow card. He's already given away a free kick, which he deems not to be his fault. And then he's just being petty. I think he's going to get away with this, but he's been told to stay back from Gabriel Jesus by his teammates. And if you're Gabriel Jesus, you know that you've got his number and you'll just be annoying him all game till he gives away a free kick or a penalty against you. Anyway, put the ball in and it went nowhere. And it's now a free kick to Tottenham. Must have been a attack on in the box when the free kick was taken. Right. I was going to say, and I just said that I was just doing this. I'll go back to the comment. See, Ian, I was listening. No, I was just going to say that, George. I think you're right in what you say. I'll say it because you're going to say it. I think you're right with what you're saying. I think that Sanchez, I've not seen much from Sanchez either, but Jose, mate, you're completely correct what you're saying there about Jose. But I think it will play into Pep's hands. I mean, we've got to remember that Pep's played Jose how many times? So he knows his style, and does Jose have the players at Tottenham that he would like to play the style that he wants? I don't think he does. So it definitely benefits Pep in this encounter. But we can only hope that it turns round in the second half. I'm hoping that Tottenham can get a goal, to be honest, before half time. But then who's on the bench for Tottenham? Who's on the bench that's going to turn this round? Honestly, you've got Gareth Bale, who arguably should be one of the best players in the world, but he just let his game go. Here we go, Sterling, running at the box. What? Brilliant ball! Great defence. Great defending there. Gabriel Jesus puts it over. Just like that. We're just talking about Sanchez there, and Sanchez has been the one that's cleared the ball. Great defending there by Sanchez. Just goes to show you, George, if you mention someone, they always pop up. That was fantastic play there by Sanchez. I'm not even sure that Hugo Lloris had that, to be honest. I think Gundogan would have had that in the back of the net. If it wasn't for the defending of Tottenham last ditch, then it would have been 5-0 behind. Easy. Can we say that Jose can take credit for that? I'm not entirely sure about that, like. I don't think so, because if it was, and Man City wouldn't have got behind them as much. Here's Son. Again, they're playing the ball back too much. Play the ball forward. Here's Sanchez. Surely I was going to say surely he'll put it forward, but he didn't. I was just going to say, George, that's what I was saying. Honestly, Bernardo's having a fantastic game. He's having honestly, I think you're right. Bernardo's having a cracking game. He's came in, and also so's Gundogan having a good game as well. Been quite impressed with him, to be honest, in this game. Right, forward and right, pass to Gundogan. Good tackle there. Hey, come on, Lamela. Come on, fuck! You're playing the ball behind Kane. Play it in front of him. In front of him! How difficult is it? Then you've got Sterling, and he gets the ball, and he just looks and he goes, right, where is the best way? Because he reads the game so well. So he knows where to put the ball back or forward or diagonal or forward, because he can read the game. You get somebody like Lamela that just it's fucking night and day difference, mate. Night and day. It's quite frustrating. Foden, Gundogan. Okay, the 1-2 didn't. Well, I was going to say 1-2 didn't pay off too well, but then Sanchez tried to play it back. Here's Kane. Back to Son. Son hasn't really been on it this game, if I'm honest. It's his movement. He's just not moving. Like, I'm not saying he's not fit. I'm just saying he's just not moving that well. Is that instructions from Jose? It just seems to be like he'll pass the ball and he'll just stand there. Seen that earlier when he was up the final third and he passed the Kane and he just stopped. Here's Ederson again. Man City's playing with such confidence. Ederson's came out there knowing that it's well dealt with by the Man City defenders, but he still came out and got it so that Man City could counter-attack. Right! Oh, unlucky there! Lucky by Cancelo. Perhaps the pass would have been better, but you're thinking, mate, just shoot. This game is sewn up. There's no way Tottenham are going to win this. No chance. Here's Sterling, that's a dive. But he's going to get the free kick, I think. No, it's half time. Is it half time? Nah, it's half time. Please like, share, subscribe, and all that jazz. But it's half time. So, what's Tottenham going to? Well, what's Jose going to be saying when he goes in there? Because, I mean, he can surely say something to Lamela, but the rest of the team, what do you say? It's not that they're not. I'm not going to say they're not playing well. They're not playing well. That's true. But the argument is as well, the tactics, it just isn't benefiting this Tottenham team at all. It's just because this tactic is allowing Man City again and again and again and again and again to get behind. We've seen it with Foden, we've seen it with Sterling, we've seen that Foden and Sterling have changed wings. Not because they weren't getting in the box, but they thought we'll just change it up, and they're still exploiting Tottenham. So it's again and again and again. I think Lamela has to be the first one subbed off for Tottenham before Kane really can't go on to too much more. Who did they bring on? Well, obviously Bale's the obvious choice, but he's just not fit. He's just not interested. And Jose, to be honest, didn't really have much of a choice over the Gareth Bale's transfer. If he didn't take him, why didn't he take him? All the fans would have turned on him. He brings him in, even if he knew that he was not dedicated. That's the word. I was going to say past it, but dedicated. He just isn't dedicated to football anymore. And if you're not dedicated to the sport, then you're not going to give your best. You're not going to be at your best. So he's taken up a space that could have went to elsewhere. Again, but they also loaned out Troy Parrott as well. Would Troy Parrott still have been there if Bale hadn't have came in? I know he's a striker, but he could still have done something. George, you're right. It's been an absolute walkover for Man City. Pep's come into this game and he knows that he's got the game won. It's not even I need to do this tactic, I need to do this tactic. He knows he's got it won, and he's shown that when he's been able to play Sterling and Foden on different wings. He's that confident that even although Foden was on the right and Sterling was on the left, and they were getting in behind Tottenham, he was that confident that he could change them wings and still confident that they still have the same impact getting in behind, and they have every time. So he knows that he's got this game won, and he can look at Tottenham's bench and go, well, who are you going to bring on? Bring on Bale, please, because it just makes Tottenham even weaker, which is crazy to say, but it's true. So there's not a lot that Jose can do. Jose needs time. He needs to get the players that he wants. Because the team he's got now just can't play the style that he wants. He's proven that he can get the best out of Kane and Son, but when you look at the rest of the team, there's a couple that have good spells, maybe a good game here, a good game there, maybe a couple of weeks, but then they just always. And it doesn't have a bench like Man City, like so you can fall back on players. But that one free kick was good. If it went in, then it would have definitely have made the game more interesting. But that's the thing, isn't it? You're chasing the game. You're trying to take any opportunity that you can, and they've only had one opportunity. And when you come that close and don't score, then you think, is it my day? And so far, it's not. I think that Aguero is his last couple of months, isn't it? And then he's out of contract in the summer. I think that's right. I think if you're Man City and you're looking at Gabriel Jesus, he's not the man you want to be your main striker. Definitely not. He's a good player, but he's not. He's definitely not a main striker. But the argument for Gabriel Jesus would be that he's a bit like Ederson, as in Pep likes a goalkeeper that can play from the back and can come out and he can take control and he can control the ball and he can beat people and stuff. And Gabriel Jesus can do that and he can score. But he's just not prolific enough in front of goal. He will score 20 goals a season. Don't get me wrong, but he's not a Kane, he's not a Cavani, he's not a Jamie Vardy. And sometimes when you're in these big teams and you're in Europe, you're not going to get 15 shots in a game with 7 on target. You're going to get 5 shots with 2 on target, and you need that striker in there who's going to do the business. And there's Micah Richards. The worst thing about doing these YouTube stuff is that you can't listen to Micah Richards. He's always funny. Always find him entertaining. Here we go, second half's coming up. That was quite a quick half time. But yeah, I think with Man City winning this game, that's pretty much wrapped up the title. I don't see them getting beat, to be honest. I think Liverpool would have loved to have been up there, even if they got beat at the end of the season. I think they would have liked to have been up there 1-2, same as was it last season where there was like 15-20 points between second and third, but that's never going to happen this season. Yeah, I was thinking the same, George, about Diaz, but you've got to look at it as well. I think Tottenham don't have as I don't think Tottenham really have been that adventurous or that lucky when they've got forward, so they've not really asked too much of the Man City defence. When you look at the Tottenham defence, how many times they've been called upon? 7 times, I think, in the first half. When you look at the Man City defence, never. I don't recall one time they were called upon. They did give the free kick away outside the box, but they've not been called upon in the defence. So fortunately so far for Man City, they've not missed Ruben thus far. That's not to say that it won't be the same in the second half. Second half could it could be completely different, as we see sometimes. Both halves are completely different, but in this game I don't see it. I just see Man City turning the screw and just winning about 3-0. I don't know, George. I've just started doing watch-alongs myself, so I don't know. I wasn't even going to do this one, to be honest. But I thought I'll do it, and it's turning out alright. I'm quite enjoying it. It's quite fun, this one. But I've only started doing watch-alongs in the past few weeks, so I'm still learning quite a lot, and I'm trying to rule out all the mistakes that I've made. So I might do it. I think everyone who does watch-alongs do it differently, and I think you've got to do it in a way that you enjoy. When I watch football, there's a lot of things that I see and I think, well, you could have done this, you could have done that, you could have done this, and that's the way that I do it. But some people don't like watching watch-alongs that do that. So my style only appeals to, as you see, a small crowd. But I'll see. As I say, it's only early days, so still try to build up an audience and a thing like that. But we'll see. I might not do it tonight. I might just do it tomorrow. Because I've got quite a lot to do tonight. I was actually doing a lot of stuff around the house, and I thought, do you know what? I'll just do it, because I thought I'd move loads of stuff. Because usually I do it somewhere else, but tonight I'm in my own house, so I'll just do it. So I'll see. But if you subscribe, you'll find out if I do it tomorrow. And Ian's always here. Ian's always here, so Ian's always here for a laugh, unless he's jumped off. Much appreciated, George. I don't even know if I know my stuff, to be honest. It just comes with age and watching football, I think. You certainly learn stuff, and you just see stuff. This is the thing. I always think that if you're a footballer and you've played football for, say you've played football and you're, say, 21, and then you have an injury where you're out maybe 6 weeks, say 6 weeks, 3 months. I think you've got to then, I think the manager has to put you in a position where you can watch football, but you can watch it in a way that you can see where the play could be, where the play could go. And then it's that when you get back on the park, your vision's improved, because you can see where the pass should be. You can see that run. I think that's because there's far too many footballers that they finish and then they're back home and they're playing Fortnite or something like that, and then you think, well, it's not really benefiting. I can understand that you've been training all day and you think that you know everything, but your vision, you need that vision. You need to see where the play could go. And that's the difference between an average player, a good player, and a world class player. It's okay if you've got a pass like Ziyech, which is fantastic, but if you don't have that vision, you're never going to spot that person who's running 40 yards ahead. So yeah, it's just things like that, and we're quite fortunate in this day and age where we've got lots of cameras, so we can see stuff. And then we can go, oh right, I didn't know that. And then the next time we see it, we can then spot where that run could have been, or where that run could have came from. It's a bit like looking at, I suppose it's a bit like looking at a garden maze. If you're on it in the ground level, you can't see where you're going, but if you look at it from above, you can see more of it, so you can see where you could be going. But who's playing tomorrow? Just seen, is that Man U there? Might do the Man U game. But then that might be a little bit too emotional, because I'm a Man U fan. Don't hate me. So we'll see. See, second half next, and it's just been advert came back, and then advert. See, this is where Sky gets their money from. Just advert, commercial. Cheers for the sub, George. Cheers for the sub. Well, much appreciated. Do you watch other watch-alongs? Because there's tons out there. There's it depends on if you watch ones people support teams and that. There's a few good ones out there. A few ones that I watch myself actually. But I just thought I'd start doing it myself. I thought, do you know what? I'm watching this, and as I say, my partner who I usually do it with, we usually have good chats about football, so we usually have a good laugh. But he'll be back hopefully soon. So here we go. Right, come on, just get the game going. Average positions. Tottenham making the swap. So here's Sissoko. Now I don't know because I'm a little bit behind. He might be coming in for Lamela. Let's see. Usually I have all this sitting in front of me, usually here, but because as I say I'm not in the same, I'm not in that, I'm not up there. So it's outside of me. And it's not Lamela, it's Lucas Moura. To be honest, I would have kept him on. I would have kept on Lucas and taken off Lamela. Only because Lamela has been, he's just not been good. He's had the ball, he's lost possession, he's tried to play the ball, he's played the ball terribly. I would have kept on Lucas, to be honest. Because you want a player who's going to keep possession and play the ball. You don't want a player who's going to lose possession. Here's Tottenham, they're on the straight away. They seem to be coming in quite hard with the tackles. I'm not surprised. All the way back to goalkeeper. Fucking hell. It's annoying. Right, let's see. Great ball to Son. Pass it! Pass! What you... Pass! He could have released that much easier to the 6-yard box. There's a wee bump there by Gabriel Jesus onto Lamela. Obviously, he knows that he's got him wound up, so he's going to keep pestering him because obviously he's on a yellow card there, so he's going to keep doing that until he gets sent off or he gets taken off by Jose. Here we go, Dyer again playing it sideways. Just I'm not liking it. Here's Sanchez. He's looking up for to put it forward, but there's no one there, so he has to pass to Lamela, who gets it. He gets smothered, and you just know that he's going to lose it again. All the way back to Dyer. Absolutely. I think the Aston Villa game will be good. I think Aston Villa will win it. I done that game last week. It was Aston Villa game, and McGinn, Grealish, and Ross Barkley were just phenomenal. They were absolutely phenomenal. Here's Davis. Right, come on. Right, play ball forward, brilliant. Here's Lamela. Pass it! Pass! Fucking hell. He needs to get that ball released quicker. Because all you're doing is you're giving the defenders of Man City more time to get into a reasonable position to obviously defend. Right. Fucking hell. To be fair, it has been Tottenham the first 2 minutes of this half. Don't expect that to continue. Here we go. Cancelo has been good this game, as George pointed out. John Stones, I'm quite happy to see John Stones playing. He's been playing obviously for the past few months, but his career was seemed to be over at one point at Man City, and he's forced his way back. Ah, come on, that's got to be a free kick to Man City. Clearly. And it's not. Surprised, it was more like an NFL tackle there on Foden. Aye, George, you're completely right. You're completely right, mate. Yeah, you're spot on there. Honestly, here's Sterling. He's going to shoot. Oh, good one, and he scored. I was just replying there to you, George, and they scored. just in time. I said they're going to turn the screw. I wouldn't have honestly taken a focus. Was just I don't see why. You're Sterling. See, that's what I mean. Sterling can read the game. He knows where to play it. He knows where to play it. Pep's done so much with Sterling. When he was at Liverpool, he was never as good. But Pep's got him. He's taught him. He's told him when to pass, when not to pass, and his vision he's just able to read the game. That's twice now that Hugo's touched the ball and it's went through his hands. But yeah, I'm not saying that if you'd have kept Lucas on that they wouldn't have conceded, because I think they still would. But I have no confidence when the ball goes to Lamela, and if you're a Tottenham player, you've got to feel the same. That's the biggest risk. That's the biggest worry. Here we go. Almost again. That was Bernardo almost through. Here we go. Here's Tottenham. Here's Kane, right? Run with it. Pass! Look, you've got Lamela there, right? He's wide open and yet no one's passing the ball to him. They would rather pass sideways than pass to Lamela, who's in a brilliant position. There you go, right? The pass to him. Wow, he was able to play a 1-2 there. Here's Son, corner. Is it a goal kick? Last touch on Son. Again, that for me is a worry when you've got a player that you just know that confident to pass to. But there's Man City just, let's say, turned up the screw. Shouldn't have scored. It should have been saved by Hugo, but he just didn't get enough in the ball. He'll be gutted. The shot definitely was a joker. I think that will definitely have deflated Tottenham, because they were definitely on the ascendancy. As I said, they were on the ascendancy there for 2 minutes. And I said, I don't know how long that's going to last for, and then just, I don't know, a minute later, Man City scored. There's a lot of work needing done at Tottenham, a lot of work. Squad's getting older. The squad's getting a lot of injuries. There's a lot of rebuild there that needs done. I'm not really seeing Son move too much. As I say, I don't know if it's Jose that's telling him not to move too much, but there's not much. He's doing the backtracking, but in the attack he's just not. He's not moving too much. There we are. There's Foden wide open again. 1-2. Foden. Oh, good defending there. There you go. There's Stones, right? He's got so many players to choose to pass to. You've got Sterling, who was wide open on the right, and you've got Gundogan, who was wide open central. I mean, the two players that you want to have either a man marking or you want to have somebody marking zonally, and they're just wide open. And there's Bale warming up. Definitely don't think he's going to come on anytime soon, to be honest. Well, he might come on. It's not going to do anything. Such a sad sight. It's a bit like watching Muhammad Ali when he was fighting his final match. Just wasn't the same fighter that he was, and you just think it's quite sad. It's a bit like Gareth Bale. The only difference is Muhammad Ali did have an illness. Gareth Bale just isn't interested. It's a bit of an insult, really, if you're a Tottenham fan. He's taken, I don't know how much money, maybe half via the loan. Here we go. Sissoko. I like Sissoko. Sanchez. Right. Push up. Come on, you can see players trying to make a run here, but you're just too hesitant to put it forward. And your Son, you need to give him support. See, no support, so he goes all the way back. Fucking hell. You know, it's like one step, it's like 2 steps forward and fucking 5 steps back. And he's out of frustration, he just shoots. No wonder though, he's frustrated. There's nobody there to give him any support. No support at all. I think Jose just has to not gung ho and go for it, but there's no point in holding back. Holding back is just going to get him, well, beat either 2-0 or more. I don't know what's happening with Tottenham responses. They're just ages. Here's Son. That, come on mate, that was a 50-50 and you just got barged off the ball, so get back up. And there's Aguero. It'd be interesting if he does come on. If he's got 15 minutes in, if he's got 15 minutes in the game, he'll score. You're Sterling. Right. Great ball, Foden. Pass. Is that a penalty? No, it's no. It's not a penalty. Here's Lamela. Pass it! Why is he trying to play it? Why does he keep trying to play the ball? Why is he trying to run out of defence? I mean, he's lost the ball how many times in this game and he keeps trying to fucking run out with the ball. Just pass it. Honestly. Doesn't learn, never learns. I'd say that Gundogan has been absolutely everywhere in this game. Him, Bernardo, and I would say that even although Sterling's playing as a right winger just now, he's absolutely controlled this game. Anytime it's went through him, he's controlled it. There we go. Great cross! Foden! Gundogan! Unlucky. It was unlucky. He couldn't do too much for that, to be honest. Aye, I think man of the match has to go to either Bernardo or Gundogan. There's Tottenham on the attack. There's Kane also City. I mean, there's Kane, he's got his head up. He's looking where to play it. Good ball there actually. Found somebody. And it's well dealt with. But he's got his head up and he's looking where can I pass the ball and there's nobody around him. He had to wait 3-4 seconds there until somebody became available. You just can't do that. You've got to be much quicker. Much quicker. There we are, there's Foden again. He's definitely open enough they could play the 1-2 or play the ball forward. Even Gabriel Jesus, and there's Gundogan wide open. There's Lamela at least 8 foot away from him. And there you go, there's Gundogan running on, and he's got the ball. Plays it in, unlucky. Gabriel Jesus. But again, I just said he's standing there with nobody marking him because Lamela wasn't tight to him, and he got the ball and almost played Gabriel Jesus in. And then he runs out the park with Lamela and does fuck all with it. Fucking hell. Honestly, if I'm watching it and I can spot that, surely Jose's spotting that as well. Why is he even on the park? Could easily have been fucking 7 or 8 now. There's Bernardo, he's just got all the time. You know, you've got 30 minutes. There's Man City, 11 shots, 2 on target, 2 goals. But there's touches, 31 touches to Man City, and in the opposing half, and there's Tottenham with 4. 31. Tottenham have 4. There's Gundogan again, just left his own devices. Yeah, Gundogan there, right. Bernardo, good pass. I mean, where's the defence for Tottenham? As I said in the first half, they're defending, but it's all last ditch. It's all fortunate. It's not because of the way they're set up. I said that Jose can't take credit for these defensive last ditch tackles because it's not because Jose sees it coming or that's going to happen, so he's set them up that way. It's just last ditch, all last ditch. Absolutely fucking shocking. When you're playing somebody like Man City, you know that they're going to come onto you. And the fact that you've not set up your defence properly is a worry. The best way to do that really is to set up your midfield in a way that you've got some people between the ball and obviously the defenders. But I don't really see that. It's just they just run. There is no midfield, and then they're straight away on the defenders. There you go, simple ball over. Gundogan unmarked again. Could have played it onto Foden there, but he decided not to. Can see a lot of Tottenham fans tonight not giving Jose an easy time of it. There we go. There's everybody in the Man City team pretty much asking for the ball because everybody's standing with nobody marking them. Gabriel Jesus. Bernardo. Unlucky Foden slipped there, but again they were everywhere, honestly. No. There's Dele Alli on. A bit late, to be honest. A bit late, but better late than never. So Dele Alli's on. Is he going to go for it? Because he needs to go for it, because defensively they're rubbish and they're going to concede at least one more goal. Here's Kane charging. He's going for it. Fortunately, it's came back. It's going to be a free kick. Be interesting to see how Dele plays, because obviously he was out of favour for a lot of the time that Jose's been at Tottenham. So we'll see how he plays today. Seems to be up for it, chasing the ball down, giving pressure, which is something. There's Lamela again. Is that a yellow card? Is he not already on a yellow? I must have got off it. The previous one, but he just ran and put his arm round him. And what's the point in giving a tactical foul away way up there when you've got defenders that can get to the player? It's just stupid. Stupid. If I'm Jose, he's coming off like he's just an accident waiting to happen. There we go, straight through. Gundogan's got it. Gundogan! Goal! His second, George? Second of the game. Gundogan, fucking hell, Ederson from keeper, straight through the midfield. As I said earlier, there's no midfield. People are running through what should be a midfield to get to the defenders. I said that about 3 minutes ago. Ederson's been able to pass this ball. There is no defender. No midfield. Gets to a defender, and because fucking hell, by the way, because Gundogan's pretty much unmarked. He's got Sanchez close by, but he's pretty much unmarked. He's able just to go touch, shoot. But that's because there is no midfield set up. No midfield. If there's had a midfield set up, they wouldn't. Oh, honestly, I did say they're going to score again. Absolutely dire. There's Gundogan, right? He's wide open, but he's in his own half. You expect that. Don't expect him to be wide open in the opposition half. Honestly, this is just an absolute analyst's dream job. She's going over his DVD and just saying, he's done this. There's Bernardo, he's running. He's beat one, he's beat two. Raheem Sterling, Bernardo, I think. There's Gundogan down. He's called for the ball to be pulled out, to be knocked out. Don't know if he's pulled a groin. Certainly seems that way. I've got to be unbiased when I'm doing this sort of stuff. Unfortunately, I've got to watch it and abide by YouTube's rules. Anyway, here's Gundogan going off. It's definitely pulled the groin. That could be his Valentine's Day ruined. There you go. And here comes Ferran Torres. Oh, had to save. Ederson kicked the ball, hit off, I believe it was Kane, and it almost went in. Yeah, if you're a Tottenham fan and you see Gundogan going off, he's had a fantastic game, and then you see Torres coming on, you're just thinking, it doesn't get any better. Here we are, Sterling. Running away at Lamela. Oh, come on, he's done the tackle again, but it shouldn't be a yellow, but come on. Honestly, Jose, get Lamela off. You're going to go down to 10 men. Zinchenko. Bernardo. Zinchenko, there's Sterling wide open. He's been seen, but decided to play it short. Just going narrow, but repeating everyone. Jesus. Sterling. He's played for the corner. Intentional. Ben Davis. 20 minutes to go. 3-0 Man City. Oh, Gareth Bale's coming on. Right, George. Has to be for Lamela. Has to be. And that right, Ian. Here we go. Great defend. Oh, what the fuck, Kane? You pass it right back out to Foden. Who's going to come in? And Hugo Lloris was able to handle that one. I was a bit worried there for a second. What were you doing? I can see Bale getting instructions, but if it's not instructions to a golf course, he's not really that interested, to be honest. Here's Dele Alli though. He's trying. He's lost possession, and there's Dyer. But you just see the want in Dele Alli to actually push Tottenham forward here, whether just to get one goal or obviously to equalise. A lot more fight from Dele Alli since coming on. Will we get the same fight from Gareth Bale? Try to pass the ball 10 yards and knocks it out of play. There goes Bale coming off. Bale coming on and Lamela going off. I'm going to say that should have been the substitution at half time. Should have been Lamela off for Sissoko. There's Jose giving Lamela words of encouragement. Hopefully, when he gets his next opportunity, he does better. We'll see you next time we're on a watch along. Here we go. Throw into Man City. Straight away, try to get the ball up to Gabriel Jesus. He's got Gabriel Jesus and 3 defenders, and Dyer gets to it. I definitely could see Lamela either giving away a penalty or giving away a penalty and getting a red card. It was definitely on the cards for that to happen. Here's Sissoko. Son. Haven't seen much from Son today. Honestly, it's here's Bale. What can we see from Bale? Is there going to be a want from Bale? Is he going to be as up for the game as Dele Alli? Hey, come on! He's there! Should have played that fucking 2 minutes ago to Ben Davis. There's a diagonal ball. Try to play it to Son, but Zinchenko gets in there. Son appreciates it, but he waited for it to come down, tried to control with his foot. And Zinchenko obviously came in with the head. That's something that Son should have done. Should have competed in the air for it rather than waiting for it to come down. Great touch here by Bale, but Kane wasn't on it. To be honest, I don't even think that Bale knew that the ball was coming. I think it was just a bit of luck, but still, take luck when it comes. Sissoko and Aguero, I've seen it earlier, he's warming up. Gabriel Jesus is definitely off the pace in this game. He's doing okay, but he's off the pace. He should have came off at least 10 minutes ago. Here we go, Ben Davis up. Why is Bale like already off the fucking park? He's just standing like way out. You're not going to pass the ball away up there, are you? Here we are, Man City on attack. Gabriel Jesus just at the canter, as I say, should have came off 10 minutes ago. There's Bale saying to the midfield to push up. Saying that 10 minutes ago, should have been pushing up. Making it far too easy for any team to play onto them. Sitting so far back, so deep. You don't mind your defenders sitting deep with your midfield slightly pushed up, but the fact that they're both playing deep, there's just no point. Very true. Definitely something like that, to be honest. They need just to. I see the thing with footballers is they're just mercenaries. That's how they're described by most football agents or ex-footballers. You'll get some players, I think, Vardy, who is loyal to Leicester because obviously they gave them the opportunity. And you'll get some players who, like Paolo Maldini, that would go nowhere else because he's an AC Milan fan. But most footballers are just there for the money and for the trophies. Because that must be a free kick, yeah. Eric Dyer, yellow card. So most players are just mercenaries and they'll play for whichever team pays them the most and gives them the most game time and gives them the best opportunity for silverware. So I don't know how you would chastise this Tottenham club or team or players. Unlucky there. Man City went for the had the free kick and they went for the header. It was good seeing Bale trying to stand in the wall and obviously get there with his head. Surprised at that. I thought he would have moved it away. Here we go. Here's Mahrez. I think he'll probably come on for Sterling. This Man City team is just so deep with players. It's unreal. You take off one player and the next player you bring on is just as good, if not better. Absolutely phenomenal. Tottenham good. Right, that tried to put the Bale. Good defending by Man City by Cancelo. But that's what they should have been doing earlier. Passing the ball diagonal, playing the ball first time in the spot a player that's open, that's got an opportunity. Don't just fucking play the ball back. I think Vardy does. I think Vardy does well. Done quite well today when he was playing in Liverpool or against Liverpool for Leicester. I like Vardy. I think that every year he's definitely showing he's at the standard where he has been, and he deserves to be there. It'll be interesting to see how long he stays at Leicester for. Another, what age is Vardy? 20, 29, 30? So I think he'll be there until his contract finishes, and then he'll have to go down to Championship or MLS or something like that. But I think he'll be at Leicester until such time there's no chance of him going to enter a Premier League team. I was so surprised bringing off Jesus and bringing on Mahrez. I thought it would have been Jesus for Aguero. It's an easy finish for City. Definitely easy. There's a worry that for Son should be able to walk it off, but it's been far too easy for Man City. Far too easy. As I say, if Tottenham hadn't had the last ditch tackles, it would have been 7-0. Easy. Or even a Man City Southampton scoreline 9-0. They were that dominant. And what do you do if you're Jose? I mean, you're saying to your analyst, look, here's a DVD. Show me the bits where we did wrong. Show us the bits where we can improve. It's pretty much they're going to be looking at the whole fucking match again, because from start to finish they were just awful. Apart from that free kick, there's parts in the play that could be. There's Bale shooting from 40 yards out. There's Bale come through. Bale! Oh, unlucky. Well stopped there by Emerson. But yeah, I think it's a whole DVD to just hand it to the players and say, that's what you've done wrong. Apart from this one free kick, every single player can improve. Every single player wasn't playing in a position where they should be. It could be the fault of Jose, definitely, but if it's not the fault of Jose, then what is going on? But we see that a lot with Jose teams. They play well, and then they just turn against Jose, and then the players just down tools. There's Dele Alli. Great cross. And it's played on, it's went over the bar. Yeah, I would say he is. I said Wan is needed. I would say a lot of players are needed at Spurs, to be honest. Definitely. It'll be good when they get back Troy Parrott as well from loan. I was a little bit surprised that they sent him out on loan, to be honest. I thought he could have had a few games in the cup games for Tottenham. I think he would have done better staying around the team than going out on loan. But there we are. I think he was too good to go out on loan. He's in a Championship club, isn't it? I think as well. So if he went to a Premier League club, it wouldn't have been as bad. But I think he went to a Championship club. Here we are. Here's Dele Alli. To Bale. See, there's Bale. Straight away to Kane. Something to chase. It's taken 82 minutes for Tottenham to have something really to chase. And it's came from a Dele Alli and Gareth Bale combination. Something that they've lacked. Something that, as I said earlier about Lamela, just doesn't have the vision. So when these things do pop up, it just wasn't seen. And you're playing in the Premier League, because the game's changed. It used to be that you would man mark and you would mark zonally, but what they do now is, because Pep was the one who really introduced it, was on the continent they played that style, but in England they didn't. And what happened, or how the continent players, they play more central, so they don't really defend the wings. So that's why you see, like, you'll have like Wan-Bissaka open, or you'll see as you've seen Foden open, and then if the ball does get played to Foden, you'll see the right back who's playing more central go out to him. and you'll see that quite a lot in these modern tactics. So you've always got an opportunity for a quick diagonal ball, as long as the guy who's getting a diagonal ball can then play a one-touch pass. And there's Son just going to say, unless you're offside, and there you go, Son just shows that. But here's Kane, and he's played for the. I think that's a throw-in. I'm not too sure, George, to be honest. In a second, but it will be tomorrow though. But I'll see. I will see who's playing tomorrow. I could do this because two games that takes my fancy is the West Brom Man U game, followed by the Arsenal Leeds game. What do you think? So that's 2 o'clock and 4:30. Yeah, so here's Kane. I think the Man U game is going to be fantastic tomorrow. There should be. There's no easy games for Man U because they've had a few games that easy, like Sheffield United, and didn't turn that well. But Arsenal, that's a team that's difficult. It really is difficult to try and guess what they're going to do. So here we are. Look, there's Sterling. That's it, brilliant. He's wide open. He should get it, right? He's wide open. He sees it, and he's played it behind him. That was unfortunate. Tottenham got very, very lucky there, because that's not a pass that Sterling usually fails. Unlucky. Very unlucky. Bale's not done too much since coming on, but he's not had much opportunity. But his passing's good. It's not always got to his man, but you can see what he's trying to do. You can see that he's trying to string balls. He's trying to put balls up the park or diagonal, and he's trying to obviously get the ball to these players that can then run on, or they can play the 1-2, or they can hold up and bring other players into the game. Something that just wasn't happening in the first half. Definitely not. So George, who's your man of the match? Ian, who's your man in the match? I don't know if he's watching it or not. My man in the match, I'm going to go for probably the same as George actually. It'll be Gundogan. Got to go for Gundogan because he was everywhere. So has Bernardo. I think Gundogan got himself into such fantastic space. Honestly, if you watch it again and you see the amount of space that he made himself, was just phenomenal, and the likes of Lamela allowed that to happen. But he still made it happen, no? He still got there, and that's the thing. See, George, that could be. I could get unsubscribed because I'm a Man U fan, but because I'm Scottish and the whole Alex Ferguson thing, that's why I support Man U. I used to support them before they were winning everything, and now I support them when they're getting beat every week. Well, they were there for a while. Here's Dele Alli. Here we go. This man sitting on attack. There. Brilliant touch. You see when I was pointing? To Sterling, and it was a great tackle there by Sanchez. But Sterling again, he was wide open. Didn't take the best of touch, but again, it was well spotted there by Man City. So that's the difference that we're seeing. We're seeing that there's a lot of players from Man City are spotting the diagonal ball. They're seeing the long ball. They're seeing where the ball could go. Tottenham are just looking, where can I play the shortest pass? when you play a shortest pass, you're allowing players to come back onto you. You're allowing the other team to get back into their positions. It's okay if you're strong enough, but Tottenham aren't strong enough to play that sort of game against Man City. Great head there by Kane, and there's Son squats the ball. Foden, he beats the circle. Sterling! Great save there. I'm going to say Hugo Lloris only saved that because he used his feet, not his hands. There's Bale. He's off. Come on, Bale. Right, there's Dele Alli. Great. Okay. But you see that? You see the difference between an average player, a good player, and a world class player. I'm not saying that Bale's still world class, but he's still got the world class mindset and the vision when he wants. Surprised that Kane's still on. I don't think he should be on. But what do? Well, it's 3-0 now. I'd take him off. You're just back from injury. You don't want to overplay him because it's not good for him. It's not good for any player coming back from injury playing a full 90 minutes. And again, because of COVID, he's probably not played an under-23 game either. Good save there by Hugo, by Bernardo. Because pre-COVID, you would have played under-23s more, but because of your bubble now, you won't play as much under-23s when you're coming back. Your Son, he's beat 1, he's beat 2! And is that a corner? Great tackle there by Zinchenko. See, look at that. There's George, a Man U fan as well. He knows. That's why he's watching me. Cheers, George. Fellow Man U fan. Quite right. Oh, that's got to be a fucking red card. You can't tackle like that. I mean, he's got a yellow card, but you can't tackle like that. Even if he... Come on, Davis. What's the point? I mean, I don't see the point, right? I could be wrong here. But what is the point in putting in that tackle and taking the yellow card? It's his first yellow card of the season. But why take the yellow card when your team's already beat 3-0 on the 91st minute? There's no point. You're just taking a yellow card. And if you get 6 yellow cards, or I think it's 6 anyway, you get a suspension. There's no point in taking... that could have easily been a red card, by the way. But yeah, it should be good tomorrow, George, for Man U. Depending if you watch me or you watch United Stand, to be fair. I sometimes watch Mark on United Stand. I quite like what he says. It's quite good, but I don't watch it all the time, obviously. Depends if I'm doing this or not. Here we go. See, again, there's Raheem Sterling. He's going to try and beat his man, but he should have played it straight away. Cancelo, good ball. Oh, see it again. Bernardo everywhere. There's Mahrez. Oh, what a touch! Oh, he's still got it. Oh! For a second there, he thought he was in the circus. He was doing wee circus tricks. He was fortunate to get through, to be honest. He's Sterling. There's Pep. Pep's not even saying like just play or just hold it. He's still saying attack. Not as much as what Ollie was saying against Southampton, but he's still saying, look, go out there, express yourself, try and get a goal, build some confidence. It's Bernardo. Surely, right, back to Mahrez. That's the game over. 3-0 to Man City, which I'm not surprised, George. That was it's quite a good game for it being pretty much one-sided, but we could definitely see where Tottenham need to improve. I don't know if it's players, don't know if it's tactics. I definitely think it's both though. There's definitely a lot of players in that team that are dead weight and need to be dropped. There's John Stones saying to Dele Alli, come and join us. Right, I'm going to go now, but I'll be back for the Man U game tomorrow, George and Ian and everybody else that's watching. So thank you very much for everyone who's watched. Thank you very much for everyone who's subscribed and for the view. And good evening and good night. Wait, I'll say it before I go. I can't spell. Right, have a good gym. Right, bye. End stream.